Hi, I'm Juliana, and I'm a 3-time Student Ambassador alum who has been to 9 countries with People to People. Today, we're going to focus on the top 8 people-to-people moments you'll have on your program. You'll start your focus program in one of the most iconic and cultural cities in the world, London. I love London, from the amazing international cuisine to the performances at the West End. London is a smorgasbord of culture, languages, and people unlike anything I've ever seen in the States. Let's see how much you know about this city. How many languages are spoken in London? A, 50, B, 100, C, 200, or D, 300? The answer is D, 300. Fortunately, the only language you'll need to know for our first itinerary highlight is English. During this people-to-people exclusive, you'll have the opportunity to meet a former member of parliament and learn about the government that inspired our own system of checks and balances. For nearly a decade, Patrick Nichols has shared his experience and insights on government with thousands of student ambassadors.
Well, a very great welcome to People to People, and especially to be able to welcome you here to the Palace of Westminster, where the House of Commons and the House of Lords sit in this historic place. We're delighted to be able to greet you once again.
This chance to chat and ask questions will give you a better understanding of Britain's government and the United Kingdom. Did I mention only student ambassadors get to do this? Any of you watched the 2012 Olympics? Well, if you did, you might have seen the site of our next itinerary highlight. Welcome to Fisher's Green in Lee Valley. During your time at Fisher's Green, you'll take on learning the basics of sailing, kayaking, and windsurfing at the United Kingdom Sailing Academy, or UKSA. This day of unique and exclusive fun will focus on building your foundation of teamwork and confidence. Trust me, this will be an experience you take with you for the rest of your life. St. Paul's Cathedral has been the site for major moments in British history, and the location for your itinerary highlight number 3. Did you know that during the infamous Blitz of London, the city was bombed for 57 days straight? More than 1 million homes were destroyed and damaged, and 40,000 civilians were killed. But in the midst of the fire and the destruction, St. Paul's Cathedral stood, damaged but not destroyed. That's why the cathedral is thought to represent the nation's strength as well as its spiritual heritage. Next, you'll go back even further in time for your itinerary highlight number 4. Spend the day training as a medieval knight at Warwick Castle during this exclusive people-to-people moment. Learn some basic sword skills, run through a bill drill, and understand the purpose of these honorable men in British history. You'll also have the chance to see something normally reserved for dignitaries, the firing of one of the world's largest trebuchets. Next, you'll make your way to Wales, an itinerary highlight number 5, which will take you deep into the industry that defined the country's success, coal mining. Visit the Big Pit Mine, once a working mine and now museum, to feel firsthand what the life of a miner was like. It was a hard and dirty job, digging coal out of narrow spaces with hand tools and hauling it out with carts or sleds. This is not your average tourist experience. The Brit School is where high schoolers prepare for careers in the performing arts, and you'll meet students your age and get your own exclusive people-to-people acting lesson during itinerary highlight number 6. Here's a trivia question for you. Which of these musicians is not an alumni of the Brit School? 1. Adele. 2. Amy Winehouse. 3. Ashley Madekwe. 4. Kate Nash. Trick question, they all are. Every year, the West End Theatre District draws between 12 and 13 million performance goers. You'll get a chance to take in a stellar performance at London's equivalent to Broadway. Your next itinerary highlight takes you out to the British countryside to see one of the best-kept secrets in all of Europe. You'll have the unique opportunity to spend the night in a Norman castle. Enjoy royal splendor dating back to the 11th century as you feast on a medieval banquet and then bed down in its huge stone rooms. But before you catch a few winks, you'll take in a late-night ghost tour through the castle. Ooh, creepy. So let's recap the top 8 itinerary moments. 1. Go behind the scenes with a former member of parliament. 2. Find your sea legs on the water with UKSA. 3. Bring World War II history to life at St. Paul's Cathedral. 4. Practice to become a knight at Warwick Castle. 5. Dig deep at the Big Pit Mine. 6. Get a lesson from local students at the famed Brit School. 7. see a show at London's West End. And 8, spend the night in a Norman castle. I'm sure you can see how unique a student ambassador journey is. And we didn't even go over exploring Snowdonia National Park, tobogganing down a Welsh hillside, seeing the iconic changing of the guard, soaring above London and the London Eye, and checking out what school would be like at Oxford. Like I said, there's so much more to this program. I love to travel. As a student ambassador, you'll have access to amazing places, local people, and life-changing activities. So take the first step, open your mind, and get ready for the world.